It may come as a surprise to you, my dear listeners, but some of the things we willingly accept from others can actually be holding us back, like invisible chains. Perhaps this has never crossed your mind, but the very essence, the energy woven into these objects, could be subtly guiding your life's journey in unwanted directions. Today, I am going to reveal to you 15 items that you should absolutely avoid collecting or accepting, as they might be the unseen obstacles hindering your progress, your happiness, your very being. By the time you finish watching this, you will grasp the incredible power that your possessions can wield and how they might be subtly influencing your life in ways you have never even imagined. But that's not all. I have a special gift for you. If you are seeking to effortlessly elevate the energy within your home, I offer you my exclusive Feng Shui Home Checklist, absolutely free. It's a simple, room-by-room guide that will assist you in cultivating peace, prosperity, and harmony throughout your sacred dwelling. Download it now, the link is waiting for you in the comments below. Chapter 1: The Astonishing Truth About Objects and Negative Energy. Isn't it truly astonishing how much weight, both literal and figurative, some objects can carry? Many things around us, whether they are precious family heirlooms, well-intentioned gifts, or just everyday items, possess a significance far deeper than we often perceive. Consider an object in your own home right now, perhaps a beautiful old ring inherited from a distant relative. It may appear lovely, imbued with sentimental value, but what if it is also clinging to burdens of the past, to unresolved emotions that you are now unknowingly carrying? Objects are not simply inert things. They are like sponges, absorbing the energy of their surroundings, the vibrations of the experiences they witness. As Buddhist philosophy so wisely teaches us, everything in this universe is interconnected, like threads in a vast cosmic tapestry. Just as a tree drinks in sunlight, objects absorb the subtle energies of the experiences that unfold around them. A ring, for instance, can hold within it the lingering energy of stress, heartbreak, or even anger from those who possessed it before you. Have you ever noticed a subtle, almost imperceptible shift in your mood after handling certain items? Perhaps a box of old photographs stirs up feelings of anxiety, or a gift that once felt light and joyful now feels strangely heavy in your hands. These objects are carriers of energy, sometimes an energy that is no longer in harmony with your current life path, your present moment. This is where the profound practice of mindfulness becomes so essential. By becoming aware of which objects in your life are radiating negative energy, you can begin a process of decluttering that goes far beyond just your physical space. You begin to cleanse your mind and spirit as well. Letting go of items that no longer serve your highest good is not just a practical act of tidying up, it is a deeply spiritual act of liberation. It creates a void, an opening, for fresh, positive energies to flow into your life, like sunlight streaming into a newly cleaned room. In Buddhism, we speak of detachment, the gentle art of releasing that which no longer nourishes our growth or well-being. It is about recognizing and consciously letting go of the emotional baggage that so often becomes attached to physical things. The Buddha, the Awakened One, taught us that releasing attachments, including those to material possessions, ultimately frees us from suffering and opens the gateway to new blessings, to unimagined growth, to true happiness. Take a moment now to reflect on your own belongings. Look around your home with new eyes. Are there things in your life that, when you truly contemplate them, bring you more anxiety, more unease, than genuine joy? By courageously letting go of these items, you are creating sacred space for profound healing and transformation to begin. This deliberate process is deeply aligned with the Buddhist principle of mindfulness, of being keenly aware of the energy we are carrying within us and what no longer serves our spiritual journey. By releasing the old, the stagnant, the negative, you are actively making room for fresh opportunities, for enriching relationships, and for boundless personal growth to blossom. As the Buddha so eloquently said, when you let go of what you are, you become what you might be. Embrace this transformative process of release, and invite an abundance of peace and blessings into every corner of your life. Chapter 2: Why photos and objects of the departed can hold you back. We often hear that the precious memories of those we have loved and lost live on in the sanctuary of our hearts, but what if they also linger in the objects we cling to, in the tangible things we hold dear? While photographs and cherished mementos from loved ones who have passed on can undoubtedly be powerful symbols of enduring love and remembrance, they can also, perhaps unexpectedly, carry unresolved emotions and energies that may not always harmonize with our present life journey, with our current state of being. In many spiritual traditions, including our own Buddhist lineage, it is believed that when someone departs from this earthly realm, their energy does not always immediately dissipate, vanish like smoke in the wind. These objects, imbued with their essence, can become like subtle bridges, connecting the physical world to the spiritual realms, potentially inviting unresolved energies into our sacred personal space. For example, a piece of jewelry lovingly passed down from someone who endured great hardship and suffering may seem like a treasured keepsake, but it can also, unknowingly, carry the weight of their struggles, their pain, their unresolved sorrows. In Buddhist teachings, we understand that all things are interconnected, interwoven in a web of cause and effect, and objects, as we have discussed, are not exempt from this universal law. They absorb the energy of their surroundings, the emotional imprints of those who interact with them. This is why we can sometimes experience a subtle, inexplicable shift in our own emotions when we hold on to such items, when we keep them close. The energy from the past, from a life already lived, may not always resonate with our present state of mind, potentially disturbing our inner peace, our sense of equilibrium. A friend once shared a poignant experience about her grandmother's ring, a cherished family heirloom, which began to bring her a feeling of unease, of discomfort, after her grandmother's passing. Initially, she dismissed this feeling, attributing it to grief, to sadness, but over time, she began to realize that the ring itself seemed to be holding on to her grandmother's unresolved pain, her unspoken anxieties. After she undertook a spiritual cleansing of the ring, a gentle act of purification, the unsettling discomfort gradually faded away. This simple story beautifully illustrates just how deeply objects can truly hold on to the emotional imprints, the energetic signatures, of their past owners. So, what then should we do with such objects? Should we simply discard them, throw them away without a second thought? No, my dear listeners, it is about approaching these things with mindful respect, with awareness and compassion. If these items are truly necessary for you to keep, if they hold deep sentimental value, then it becomes even more crucial to spiritually cleanse them before displaying them in your home or carefully storing them away. One effective way to accomplish this is through the ancient practice of smudging with sage, a ritual revered for its ability to clear away negative energy, to purify spaces and objects. Another gentle method is to place them under the soft glow of the moonlight, allowing its purifying energy to wash over them. This process is not about erasing the past, about denying the memories, but about creating a clear space for the present moment and for the future to unfold, ensuring that the energy you carry within your home, within your life, is in harmony with your current path, with your aspirations, with your well-being. Buddhist teachings gently encourage mindful detachment, a way of acknowledging the past with gratitude and respect, without allowing it to define us, to hold us captive. By thoughtfully cleansing and treating these objects with care and intention, we ensure that they remain cherished symbols of love and remembrance, not burdens that weigh us down, that hinder our progress. As the Buddha wisely said, to hold on to anger is like grasping a hot coal with the intent of throwing it at someone else. You are the one who gets burned. Similarly, to hold on to negative energy, even through objects, is to ultimately burden ourselves. By cleansing and honoring these objects, we free ourselves from their potential hold, allowing growth, inner peace, and profound spiritual harmony to gracefully flow into our lives. This delicate balance between honoring the past with reverence and living fully, vibrantly in the present moment is truly key to creating a life richly nourished by cherished memories, yet unbound by their potential shadows. Chapter 3: why sharp objects as gifts can sever more than just material. Have you ever found yourself on the receiving end of a gift like a knife, a razor, or any other sharp object? While these items might seem like thoughtful presents, perhaps symbols of craftsmanship or practicality, they actually carry hidden spiritual risks, energies that we often overlook. Sharp objects, by their very nature, are often symbolically tied to themes of division, conflict, and even aggression. Accepting such a gift, even with the best intentions, can unintentionally invite negative energy into your life, potentially attracting bad luck, strained relationships, or even subtle spiritual disruptions. In Buddhist philosophy, we understand that everything in existence is imbued with energy, and sharp objects, because of their inherent nature to cut and divide, symbolize severance, separation. Energetically, they can metaphorically cut bonds between people, damage the delicate fabric of relationships, and even disrupt your own inner peace, your sense of wholeness. An ancient Buddhist story beautifully illustrates this point. It tells of a young monk who received a beautifully crafted ceremonial knife as a gift from a well-meaning admirer. Although the knife was undeniably beautiful and skillfully made, it began to cause him a subtle but persistent sense of discomfort, and he noticed his relationships with his fellow monks becoming strangely strained. Seeking guidance from a wise elder, he learned that the knife, despite its beauty, carried an underlying energy of aggression and division, an energy that was subtly impacting his life. Through a gentle cleansing ritual, a practice of purification, the monk was able to restore balance and peace, both within himself and in his relationships. If you ever find yourself in the somewhat awkward or uncomfortable position of receiving such a gift, do not simply dismiss any feelings of unease that may arise. In Buddhist practice, there is a simple yet effective solution to neutralize the potential negative energy associated with sharp gifts: offer a small coin in exchange to the giver. This small, symbolic gesture of exchange is believed to neutralize the negative energy attached to the object, effectively restoring energetic balance and protecting your personal space from unwanted influences. Remember, it is not merely about the physical gift itself, but about the subtle energy it carries, the unseen vibrations it emanates. By practicing mindfulness, by being aware of these subtle energies, you can ensure that gifts, especially those that are sharp in nature, do not unintentionally disrupt your inner peace or the harmony of your relationships. Through simple rituals of cleansing and thoughtful exchange, you can actively protect your energy and cultivate a life filled with greater harmony and balance. The profound Buddhist teachings gently remind us that material attachments can often lead to suffering, but understanding the subtle energies that objects carry allows us to navigate the material world with greater mindfulness, with greater wisdom, and with a deeper sense of balance. Chapter 4: Shoes, more than just footwear, a symbol of your life's journey. When we think of shoes, we often perceive them as a purely practical necessity, something mundane, ordinary. We slip them on each day, perhaps without giving much thought to the deeper meaning, the symbolic weight they might hold. But shoes, in their essence, are far more than just items we wear to shield our feet from the ground. In many ways, they are a potent symbol of the very journey we are walking through life, the path we are treading. Every mark, every scuff, every crease in the leather, or fabric, tells a silent story about the unique path we have traversed, our struggles, our triumphs, the diverse places we have journeyed to, and the myriad choices we have made along the way. Buddhism teaches us that our path in life is rarely linear, rarely a straight line from one point to another. It is more like a winding river, a series of interconnected moments and decisions, each one subtly leading us to where we are in this very moment, shaping who we are becoming. And much like our intricate journey through life itself, the shoes we choose to wear, day after day, serve as a tangible reflection of that ever-evolving path. They carry the imprints of our lived experiences, the echoes of our steps, and the subtle energies we have encountered and absorbed along our way. Now I'm going to tell you the most important thing: what happens when we step into someone else's shoes, quite literally. Imagine this scenario: you discover a beautiful, perhaps vintage, pair of shoes at a second-hand store, or perhaps a kind friend generously offers you a pair of shoes they no longer have a need for. At first glance, you might not give it a second thought before putting them on. After all, shoes are fundamentally meant to protect our feet, to allow us to move freely, right? But on a deeper, more symbolic level, shoes represent movement, progress, and the very direction we are choosing to take in our life's journey. When we choose to wear someone else's shoes, we may unknowingly be taking on more than just their footwear. We might be subtly absorbing their energy, their past struggles, and even their unresolved emotional baggage, like an invisible weight. There is an ancient Buddhist parable, a story passed down through generations, about a weary traveler who embarked on a long and arduous journey. Along his path, he stopped at a humble inn to rest and refresh himself. There, he encountered a wise elder who had traveled far and wide across the lands. The elder, noticing the traveler's worn and tattered shoes, offered him a seemingly generous gift, a new pair of shoes that had been left behind by a previous guest at the inn. The traveler, overwhelmed with gratitude for this unexpected kindness, gratefully put them on without hesitation. However, as he continued his journey, he began to feel a strange heaviness in his heart, a deep and inexplicable sense of weariness that he simply couldn't shake off, no matter how much he rested. The shoes, although physically comfortable and new to him, seemed to carry an unseen weight, an energetic burden. He soon came to realize, through quiet contemplation, that the subtle energy of the person who had left them behind was somehow subtly affecting his own path, his own inner state. The shoes, though appearing new and helpful, had unknowingly absorbed the burdens, the struggles, of the previous owner, and he was now, unknowingly, carrying that weight with each and every step he took. This poignant parable beautifully illustrates a profound truth. Shoes are not merely inanimate objects designed to shield our feet, they are also subtle carriers of energy, silent witnesses to the journeys they have accompanied. Every pair of shoes we wear, but especially second-hand shoes, can carry the lingering imprints of the person who wore them before us, the energetic residue of their experiences. The emotional and spiritual energy they have absorbed over time can subtly, almost imperceptibly, influence our own journey, our own path. If the previous owner of the shoes experienced significant hardship, chronic stress, or unresolved emotional struggles in their life, that energy, like a faint scent, may cling to the shoes and, by extension, to the person who now chooses to wear them. This is not to suggest that second-hand shoes are inherently negative or that we should avoid them entirely, like something to be feared. Instead, it is about cultivating mindfulness, about being consciously aware of the subtle energies we may be taking on when we choose to wear them, when we incorporate them into our lives. The practice of mindfulness, a central and foundational teaching in Buddhism, gently encourages us to be fully present and aware of the world around us, and to be discerning about the energies we interact with, the influences we allow into our lives. By being consciously aware of the items we choose to wear and how they might subtly affect us, we are actively taking ownership of our path, our journey, and the energetic landscape we carry with us. To consciously protect your own precious energy and to ensure that your life's journey remains clear of unwanted burdens, it is wise to ritually cleanse any second-hand shoes before you begin wearing them, before you make them a part of your daily life. This cleansing is not merely a physical act of cleaning dirt or grime, it is a spiritual act of purification, of energetic clearing. You can begin by simply walking barefoot on fresh, vibrant green grass or directly on the earth, intentionally grounding yourself and releasing any negative or stagnant energy that may have accumulated within you. The earth itself is a natural purifier, a powerful conductor of energy, and walking barefoot upon it can profoundly help you reconnect with your own authentic energy and gently release anything that no longer serves your highest good. Another simple yet remarkably powerful ritual is sprinkling the inside of the shoes with pure salt. Salt, revered for centuries across countless cultures and spiritual practices, is a potent tool for purification, for energetic cleansing. It naturally absorbs negative energy, effectively leaving the space or object it touches feeling cleaner, lighter, and more positively charged. By using salt in this way, you are creating a subtle but effective energetic buffer between yourself and any lingering energy that might be residing within the shoes. Additionally, the simple act of setting a strong, clear intention can work wonders, can amplify the power of these cleansing rituals. Before you put on a pair of secondhand shoes, take a quiet moment to pause, to center yourself, and to consciously focus on your intentions for your journey ahead. Breathe deeply and visualize yourself walking forward on your path, feeling unburdened by the past, walking with lightness and freedom. Set the clear intention that these shoes will now support you on your journey, that they will carry you forward with ease and grace, completely free from any negative or stagnant energy from their previous wearer. This seemingly simple act of setting intention is deeply aligned with the Buddhist principle of right intention, of being mindful and deliberate about what we consciously bring into our lives and how we choose to use it to support our own personal and spiritual growth. There is a timeless saying in Buddhism, "The path is made by walking." This profound statement beautifully conveys that life is not about passively waiting for opportunities to magically appear before us, but rather about actively stepping forward with awareness, with intention, and with unwavering purpose. Shoes, in this deeper context, are not simply about moving from one physical place to another. They represent the very steps we are taking, both literally and figuratively, toward our greater purpose in this life, toward the unfolding of our true potential. By consciously cleansing and purifying the energy of the shoes we wear, we are actively ensuring that every step we take on our life's path is aligned with our highest aspirations, our deepest values, and our most authentic self, free from the unseen burdens of others, unencumbered by energies that do not belong to us. When we unknowingly wear someone else's shoes without first cleansing them, we may be inadvertently taking on their burdens, their hidden fears, their sense of stagnation, their unresolved patterns. These absorbed energies, though subtle, can subtly slow us down on our path, cloud our judgment, and even unconsciously influence the very direction our lives begin to take. Watch to the end and you'll find out the most important thing. But by consciously performing these simple yet powerful rituals of cleansing and thoughtfully setting our intentions, we can reclaim our own energetic power, take full ownership of our life's journey, and keep our chosen path clear of any unwanted energetic baggage, any unnecessary obstacles. Life, much like the journey of a solitary traveler, is full of unexpected twists and turns, moments of joy and moments of challenge, and it is ultimately up to us, each one of us, to consciously choose the path we wish to walk, the direction we wish to take. Every step we take, no matter how small it may seem, truly matters. It contributes to the larger tapestry of our lives. So, as you put on your shoes today, whether they are brand new or gently secondhand, remember the subtle energy they carry, the silent stories they might hold. Cleanse them with intention, set your clear purpose for the day, and step forward with clarity, with purpose, and with an open and compassionate heart. Your journey is uniquely and beautifully yours, and each step you take is a reflection of the energy you choose to bring with you, the vibrations you choose to emanate. Make sure it is an energy that will gracefully lead you toward the destination your soul truly longs to reach, toward the life you are meant to live. Chapter 5, The Trap of Cursed Money, How Negative Energy Blocks True Wealth. Have you ever received money, perhaps unexpectedly, that just didn't feel quite right, a subtle unease that you couldn't quite place? Maybe it was a generous gift from a friend, or an unusually large tip for your service, and initially, you felt grateful, perhaps even excited. But shortly thereafter, you found yourself inexplicably caught up in an unexpected financial struggle, facing unplanned expenses, or sudden debts that seemed to materialize out of thin air, like shadows appearing in the corners of a room. If this has ever happened to you, you may have brushed it off as mere coincidence, a random series of unfortunate events. But the truth, as understood in many spiritual traditions, including the wisdom of Buddhism, is that money, like all things, carries the subtle energy of its previous owner, the energetic imprint of its journey. And if that individual, unknowingly or consciously, harbored negative energy, experienced chronic stress, or held ill intentions, that energy can, in a sense, be transferred to the money itself, and by extension, to you, the recipient. This phenomenon is not simply a matter of superstition or folklore. It is deeply rooted in the understanding, prevalent in many ancient wisdom traditions, that everything in the universe vibrates with an energetic frequency, and this includes even seemingly inanimate objects like money. In Buddhism, we deeply understand the interconnectedness of all things in the world, the intricate web of cause and effect that binds us all together. And the profound law of karma teaches us that our actions, our words, and even the objects we interact with can subtly hold on to the energy of the past, like echoes resonating in a quiet chamber. Money, in this understanding, is no different. It is not immune to this universal principle. Think for a moment about those times when you may have received a sum of money from someone who was visibly going through a particularly tough time in their life, perhaps experiencing significant stress, or radiating negative emotions. That energy, those vibrations, do not simply vanish into thin air. They can, and often do, subtly attach themselves to the money itself. And you, the receiver, might unknowingly inherit those underlying energies, like receiving a gift with unseen strings attached. The Buddha, in his profound wisdom, once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This timeless wisdom extends far beyond just our conscious thoughts. It subtly touches everything we encounter in our lives, everything we bring into our sphere of experience. If money is tainted by negativity, by unresolved anxieties, it can subtly block the natural flow of prosperity and abundance in our lives, like a dam obstructing the flow of a river. This is precisely why, in Buddhist practice, it is considered so important to be deeply mindful not only of our own actions and intentions, but also of the subtle energies that surround us, especially when it comes to material things like money, which are so intricately woven into the fabric of our daily lives. To consciously protect yourself from the potential negative energy that may be unknowingly attached to money you receive, take a moment to ritually cleanse any money that comes into your possession before you spend it, before you circulate it back into the world. The ritual is remarkably simple, yet profoundly powerful. Hold the cash gently in your hands, feeling its texture, and visualize it being completely surrounded by a radiant, bright, and positive energy, like golden light enveloping it. See it glowing with abundance, with prosperity, with positive intentions. Affirm, either silently or aloud, that this money will bring nothing but good into your life, into the lives of those you interact with, that it will be used for purposes that are aligned with your values and with the well-being of all. In doing so, you are consciously severing any potential negative energetic ties to the past owner's energy, and you are actively inviting positive, abundant, and harmonious energy into your own financial space, into your life. This small, mindful ritual, deeply rooted in the principles of mindfulness and intention, helps to ensure that money, a powerful tool in our world, works for you, supporting your well-being and your path, rather than unknowingly working against you, bringing unwanted obstacles into your life. Chapter 6: The Hidden Dangers of Borrowed or Accepted Mirrors. Mirrors, seemingly simple reflective surfaces, are actually far more than just tools we use to check our appearance before leaving the house. In many cultures and spiritual traditions around the world, mirrors are revered and sometimes even feared as potent portals to other dimensions, subtle gateways between worlds. They are believed to reflect not only the physical images placed before them, but also the subtle energy, the emotional imprints, of those who have gazed into them, who have stood before their reflective surface. According to ancient wisdom, the energetic residue, the subtle imprints left behind in a mirror can linger, like echoes in a quiet room, subtly influencing the environment around it and the individuals who subsequently use it. If you choose to accept or borrow a mirror from someone else, you may be unknowingly inviting their energy into your personal space, into your home, whether that energy is consciously positive or unconsciously negative, whether it is aligned with your own well-being or not. In Buddhist philosophy, the profound concept of reflection extends far beyond just the physical realm of light and images. The seemingly simple act of seeing our own reflection in a mirror is deeply symbolic of how we reflect upon our own lives, our own actions, our own inner landscape. But mirrors, in this deeper understanding, can also subtly reflect the energies of the past, the emotional imprints of those who have interacted with them before us, like silent witnesses to unseen stories. And when we choose to take possession of someone else's mirror, we may unknowingly be inviting their unresolved emotions, their past struggles, their negative patterns, into our own lives, into our own energetic field. The important thing is ahead. I recall a compelling story from a Buddhist teaching that perfectly illustrates this often overlooked principle. A young monk, newly arrived at a secluded monastery, was thoughtfully given an old, but well-maintained, mirror by one of the senior monks. The senior monk had used this particular mirror for many years, throughout his own monastic journey, and though it appeared to be just a simple, ordinary object, it held within its reflective surface the subtle weight of countless moments experienced within the monastery walls, moments both joyful and challenging, moments of peace and moments of inner turmoil. The young monk, grateful for the gift, began to use the mirror daily, but soon began to notice unsettling emotions subtly rising within him, feelings of confusion, persistent doubt about his path, and a general sense of inner unrest that he couldn't quite explain. Seeking wise counsel from the abbot of the monastery, he shared his experience and his growing unease. The abbot, with gentle understanding, explained that the mirror, over time, had subtly absorbed the energy of its previous owner, the senior monk, and potentially even energies from others who had been in the monastery before him. The mirror, like a silent window into the soul, had reflected not only the physical world around it, but also the complex tapestry of emotions and struggles of the person who had used it before, and those energies were now, perhaps unknowingly, influencing the young monk's own inner state. Therefore, before you begin using a borrowed or accepted mirror, especially one with an unknown history, take a mindful moment to ritually cleanse it spiritually, to clear away any lingering energies that may not be your own. Smudge the mirror gently with cleansing sage smoke, allowing the smoke to envelop its surface, or place it under the soft, purifying glow of the moonlight overnight, allowing the natural forces of nature to cleanse and purify it. Set a clear intention in your mind that from this moment forward, only your own pure energy will be reflected back to you from this mirror, that it will become a clear and unbiased reflection of your own inner and outer self. This simple yet powerful act ensures that your personal space remains energetically clear, free from the unwanted or unresolved energies of others, and that you maintain your own inner peace, your own clarity of mind, and your own sense of energetic sovereignty. Chapter 7: Why you should never accept salt from another person's supply. Salt, a seemingly ordinary kitchen staple, is actually much more than just a simple cooking ingredient that enhances flavor. It holds immense spiritual significance across many cultures and ancient traditions around the world, including within Buddhism, where it is deeply believed to possess powerful purifying, protective, and preservative qualities, far beyond its culinary uses. In ancient times, salt was not only used to preserve precious food supplies, but also to ritually protect people and sacred spaces from negative energy, from unseen harmful influences. Salt, in its essence, is considered a natural purifier, a substance that readily absorbs negative energy from its surroundings and actively prevents it from spreading or lingering, like a sponge soaking up unwanted spills. But what happens energetically when you choose to accept salt from someone else, when you incorporate salt from another person's supply into your own life? Salt, like so many other items we use in our daily lives, can subtly absorb the unique energy of the person who possesses it, the energetic signature of their experiences and emotions. If you accept salt from someone who is currently going through significant emotional struggles, experiencing inner confusion, or even facing financial hardship, you might unknowingly take on some of their energetic burdens, like accepting a gift that carries an invisible weight. The salt, in this instance, could potentially carry their unresolved anxieties, their subtle stresses, and when you use it in your own home or in your food, those subtle burdens may, in turn, manifest in your own life, in unexpected ways. Now I'm going to tell you the gist. To consciously protect your own precious energy field, it is always wise and beneficial to maintain your own personal supply of salt, one that is kept separate and distinct from the supplies of others, one that is energetically free from the potential influences of others. Think of your personal salt supply as your own spiritual armor, a subtle but effective energetic shield. This salt, kept solely for your own use, represents your own positive energy, your own clear intentions, your own sense of energetic sovereignty, ensuring that you remain grounded, protected, and clear from any external negativity that you might unknowingly encounter. Whether your intention is for deep spiritual purification, for subtle energetic protection, or simply to safeguard your own inner peace and well-being, mindfully maintaining your own personal supply of salt, separate from that of others, is a simple yet powerful practice that helps you safeguard your clarity, your vitality, and your overall sense of well-being. Chapter 8: The Hidden Spiritual Dangers of Wigs and Hair Extensions. Hair, often simply seen as a physical characteristic, is actually far more than just strands of protein growing from our scalp. It is, in many spiritual traditions, considered a potent vessel of personal energy, a living antenna that both receives and transmits subtle energetic information. Every single strand of our hair carries with it the accumulated emotional and spiritual imprints of the person to whom it once belonged, like a living record of their experiences. When you choose to wear wigs or hair extensions that have come from someone else, you are unknowingly tapping into their unique energetic field. You are subtly connecting yourself to their past experiences. Whether those experiences were primarily positive and uplifting or predominantly negative and challenging, the energy from that person's life, their joys and sorrows, their triumphs and tribulations, is subtly woven into each individual strand of their hair, like an energetic thread. Buddhist teachings, as we have discussed, deeply emphasize the fundamental interconnectedness of all beings in the universe, the intricate web of relationships that binds us all together. And because of this inherent interconnectedness, the energy we exchange with others, whether consciously and intentionally or unknowingly and unintentionally, can and often does subtly influence our own energetic field, our own inner state, our own life path. If you choose to wear someone else's hair, in the form of wigs or extensions, you may, perhaps unexpectedly, absorb some of their unresolved struggles, their hidden anxieties, or even their past misfortunes, like taking on an energetic echo of their life's journey. One poignant story that I recall from Buddhist folklore, passed down through generations, tells of a woman who, seeking to enhance her appearance, began to wear a beautiful wig that had once belonged to someone else, a wig that had been donated to a local shop. Unbeknownst to her, the previous owner of the wig had lived a life filled with immense hardship, with persistent challenges, and with significant suffering. Shortly after she began wearing the wig, she noticed her own life inexplicably becoming filled with unexpected difficulties, with unexplained emotional turmoil, with sudden financial problems, and with increasing struggles in her personal relationships. Perplexed and distressed by these sudden misfortunes, she eventually sought guidance from a wise spiritual counselor. After listening attentively to her story, the counselor intuitively sensed that the wig itself might be the source of her troubles, that it was unknowingly carrying the unresolved negative energy of its previous owner, like a subtle energetic burden. Following the counselor's advice, she performed a gentle cleansing ritual on the wig, a practice of purification and energetic clearing. And gradually, over time, her life began to gently return to a state of balance, the unexplained difficulties began to dissipate, and a sense of peace and harmony slowly returned. If you do choose to wear wigs or hair extensions, especially those that are secondhand or of unknown origin, it is absolutely crucial to ritually cleanse them spiritually before incorporating them into your life, before placing them upon your head. Smudging them thoroughly with purifying sage smoke, allowing the smoke to penetrate every strand, or soaking them in a solution of salt water, known for its cleansing properties, can effectively help to clear away any lingering negative energy, any unwanted energetic imprints. By mindfully purifying these items before wearing them, you can consciously protect your own precious energy field and maintain your own spiritual clarity, ensuring that you are not unknowingly taking on energetic burdens that do not belong to you. Chapter 9: The Lingering Energies of Secondhand Jewelry and Accessories. Jewelry, often crafted from precious metals and adorned with beautiful stones, frequently holds great sentimental value, representing cherished memories, significant milestones, and deep emotional connections. But jewelry, especially secondhand jewelry, can also unknowingly carry subtle emotional energy from its past owners, the energetic echoes of their life experiences. Think for a moment about a ring that has been lovingly passed down through generations within a family, perhaps a ring that was once worn by someone who experienced significant financial struggles and anxieties, or a delicate necklace that was once worn during a particularly painful time of heartbreak and emotional loss. The subtle energy of those past experiences, the emotions deeply felt, can, in a sense, attach itself to the jewelry, subtly imbuing it with an energetic signature. And unknowingly, when you choose to wear that secondhand jewelry, you may also be subtly absorbing that lingering energetic imprint, carrying with you the echoes of someone else's past. Therefore, before you choose to wear any piece of secondhand jewelry, especially items with an unknown history, it is always wise and energetically prudent to ritually cleanse it spiritually, to clear away any potentially unwanted or unresolved energy. Utilize gentle cleansing rituals, such as smudging the jewelry with purifying sage smoke, or placing the item under the soft, cleansing light of the full moonlight overnight to allow natural purification to occur. This simple act of mindful purification helps to ensure that the jewelry you choose to wear serves you in a positive and uplifting way, enhancing your own energy and well-being, rather than unknowingly carrying the emotional baggage or energetic imprints of someone else's past, burdens that are not yours to carry. Chapter 10: Handkerchiefs and Personal Cloth Items, Beyond Practicality. Handkerchiefs, often perceived as just practical, everyday items used for hygiene, actually possess a deeper, more subtle significance than we commonly realize. They absorb far more than just physical dirt or moisture. They are also highly absorbent of emotional and spiritual energy, like soft sponges soaking up unseen vibrations. Think for a moment about the various times you have personally used a handkerchief throughout your life, perhaps when you were experiencing illness, when you were under significant stress, or during moments of deep grief and sorrow. These seemingly small cloth items, used so intimately and personally, inevitably absorb the powerful emotions tied to those specific moments, becoming imbued with their energetic signature. If you choose to accept or share a handkerchief with another person, or use a second-hand handkerchief of unknown origin, you may unknowingly take on some of the energetic burdens of the person who used it before you, especially if it was used during times of emotional distress or illness. Therefore, it is always wise to be mindful of sharing or receiving personal cloth items like handkerchiefs, and to consciously consider the potential emotional or spiritual weight they may unknowingly carry, the unseen stories they might hold. Before using them, especially second-hand items, it is important to ritually cleanse them spiritually, to energetically purify them, to ensure they do not carry the emotional residue or energetic imprints of past struggles or unresolved emotions. The objects we consciously choose to surround ourselves with in our daily lives, the things we bring into our homes and our personal space, all carry subtle energetic vibrations, and the things we willingly accept from others can indeed subtly influence our own spiritual path, our own energetic well-being. Whether it is a well-intentioned gift, a seemingly harmless second-hand item, or even an ordinary object we use without much thought, each piece carries an energetic signature that can subtly impact our lives in ways we may not always consciously perceive. By cultivating mindfulness, by becoming aware of these subtle energies, and by thoughtfully performing simple cleansing rituals, we can actively protect our personal space and our own precious energy field, ensuring that we are intentionally attracting positive influences into our lives, cultivating a harmonious and supportive energetic environment. If you have found today's profound insights valuable, if this wisdom has resonated with you, Please give us a thumbs up as a gesture of appreciation and subscribe to our channel for more enlightening content in the future. Your personal breakthrough, your journey toward greater peace and understanding, truly begins today, in this very moment. Embrace it with clarity, with inner peace, and with the timeless wisdom of mindful awareness.